All right, I think we need to do a garden tour. We've been gone for 10 days, traveling from Wisconsin to Oregon. Look at my pots. Some wild pansies. All the coneflowers and lilies look good. All the feverfew. And my potted plants look good. Everything survived, thanks to the neighbor. And then I did have one loss, and that was one of the pots up there. Didn't make it. The lemon tree looks good. It's got a little bit of something going on. Coleus. More hanging pots. Look fantastic. And I have these. Now we should go walk out to the garden and see how everything is going out there. So I will meet you there. Oh, first I wanted to show you the front. This is a dogwood shrub that we planted last year, and it has gotten huge. So we're going to take cuttings off that and try to propagate it. My columbine there is on its way out, but these I grew from seed. They look amazing in the rocks. They like it dry. All of these are daisies. This is the scabiosas from last year. Look how pretty. That's a wild flux. I got to get that out. Pot it somewhere else. But yeah, I think this all looks really good too. All right, let's go to the garden. Here is the corn. This is actually popcorn. And as you can see, some plants are doing great and some not so great. They're smaller. So everything that you see in here are a variety of pumpkin. I've got some sunflowers on the back. So this is all pumpkin and popcorn. And then I have those boxes way out there is squash and pumpkins too. So, and the garden looks good. I was kind of worried about it when we were gone because we got a lot of rain. And I had the irrigation going on timers. This all looks fantastic. Coneflowers and feverfew, and that's lemon balm. So all of that looks great. And these are the new daisies I planted this year. They are doing fantastic. Black-eyed Susans that haven't bloomed yet. Indigo. Baptisia right there. Let's see, what else do we got? Everything over here. Look at how pretty. And this one's almost done. The daisies and some lupin. Okay, believe it or not, these are about 3.5 feet high off the ground. And we've had rabbits eating all of the beets. So that's disappointing. The carrots look okay. Turnips are ready to harvest, so I'm gonna get them yanked out. It's like 100 degrees. It's the evening, so it's cooler. I was gonna come out earlier. The onions are doing okay. I have this whole bed of onions as well. They're doing all right. I haven't been fertilizing them. Strawberries are on their way out. More onions. These are reds, and this is the garlic. So I need to get this harvested maybe 2 weeks. I think. Oh, there's an escape I forgot, or I missed. Do you see any more? Whew, smells like garlic. Let me dry this and turn it into garlic salt. All right. So this, get this garlic in my pocket, is the peppers. One bed of peppers. There's some blossoms. There's some tiny, tiny peppers on there. And a lot of weeds. I've got to get in here and get these little weeds out of here. But being gone 10 days, I don't think there's as many weeds as I expected. But these beds don't typically get a lot of weeds, the one I cover them. So I'm lucky there. This is my spice pot. I got rosemary. This is all oregano. And this is chamomile, which looks better than it did. But this I'm going to dry and use it in the house and give some to the chickens. Oh, it smells so good. This is half peppers and half tomatoes. Like I said, I've been gone for 10 days, so I've got to get in here and pop all the bottom branches off the tomatoes, and then I will string them up there. Oh, that looks like a little pepper. That's a pepper. That's a shishito pepper. Oh, there's some. What are these? Super nachos, which is a jalapeno. These should turn red, so I'm going to wait it out. What is this one? That's a shishito. Greenhouse is still plant-free, minus a few dead things. Look at all the seed pods on this. I got to pop these and collect them, and I did plant some last year from seed. All right, so my lettuce is all bolting, which is to be expected when it's 100 degrees. Excuse me. It looks like we've been eating salads every day. And I always overplant it because I have chickens and they love it. So they don't care that it's gone to head. They eat it anyway. So this is basically the chicken bed. This is my celery, which is gone. Dave comes out here and picks a bunch of it every day. And he's been chomping on it. I cook with it. I put it in things. See, I got to get out here and pinch back all my basil so nothing goes to head. Oh gosh, it smells so good. Put that in my pocket. Here I've got some squash and some roses that are on their way out. I'll show you what this looks when it blooms again. It's so pretty. Got some squash there, got some squash there. This is more peppers outside the tunnel. They're doing okay. This is a lot of my bell peppers. I'm not quite sure why they're so bushy. It's like they were fed a ton of nitrogen and they weren't. This is an AJ. So we'll see. That is marigolds that I did not plant. This is all my honeydew and cantaloupes are in this bed. So I've got to get out here and get them all trained. There's some more peppers. Also in this bed, we found this. We have 8 bunnies in there. So Mama jumped 3.5 feet to have a whole litter of bunnies. And it looks like they're getting their eyes open. Yesterday they were not, so they must have just been born, probably 3 days ago. And although I don't want them in my garden, I feel that if I just take them out now and drop them, then you know, put them out in the woods or whatever over there by the... Mama's not gonna... She could find them. I shouldn't say she's not gonna find them. She could find them, but what if she doesn't? So I'm letting them grow up there, and once they get a little bit bigger and I think they can eat on their own and they start chewing on my cantaloupe and stuff, then we'll have to have a chat. Usually Mama sits out here and just sprawls out here in this dirt, but I do not see her. And tell me how she's getting in here, because this is a cat fencing here, and then it's actually doubled. We came through here and doubled this fence. So I don't know how she's getting in, but she's getting in. My peas, I missed out on all my peas. Cucumbers are looking kind of crappy this year, but this, when I came home, was super excited to see. Let me see if I can find the opening. This is all broccoli, and I know you can't see it, but let me see if I can go around. Oh. When the sun's out, you can really see it. There's a big, huge broccoli head in there. Look at that one. Oh my gosh. I gotta harvest that. There's another big broccoli head. More cucumbers. And then on this side, look at the cauliflower. I did it. This is the first year growing cauliflower. Look at that. It's massive. Ugh, I gotta harvest that. I'm gonna harvest that tomorrow, and then I'll show you. I am super excited about the broccoli and cauliflower. Every year I try to do either a new variety of something, like this year I think I have 3 different varieties of tomatoes that I've never grown. But then I also try to do something I've never grown. Last year it was watermelon, which was fantastic. This year it was the broccoli and the cabbage, or the broccoli and the cauliflower, because we eat a lot of that. So I wanted to see if I can grow it. Last year was my first year with cabbage, which did so well. I was giving cabbage away like crazy, so we'll take a peek at those too. But then I've got this bed, some things on their way out. Have to come and trim things back. Look at how pretty those are. So, and these are starting to bloom. This is the Forever Susan lily, which spread like crazy because they're all the way over here now. Oh look, they're all the way in the back. A cute little mailbox. Oh, look at all the stuff that's spreading out there. There's our compost bins. I have 3 of them, actually 4. So I've got to have them in here for 10 days. I'm going to go flip those. This is more Forever Susan. Actually, I think these are not supposed to be these should be pink. I wonder if that's what the back ones are. I'll have to keep an eye on that. This is the tomato bed right next to the pepper bed that has the bunnies. I have the green beans growing up the trellis. They're taking off. This is tomatoes. Like I said, I've been gone for 10 days, so bear with me. I've got some trimming to do. I got to get all of these leaves from the bottom off, because all they do is get yellow and spread disease anyway. So I'm going to get out here tomorrow and get these wheat. Well, probably not tomorrow. I'm going to be honest. It's going to be 100 again all week. So it's all going to have to wait until we get rid of this hot spell. This is all the cabbage. So I have red. Oh, and they're starting to form their heads. I wish you could see through this. Red and green in here. The size of that purple. The blueberries, these were extra tomatoes I had, and of course these are all new varieties. So I tried new varieties in the boxes, I tried new varieties in the hoop houses, and then I try them also in the ground to give them, you know, a fair chance to see what works best for that variety and how it produces. All of this is on irrigation too. And blueberry season has kicked off. So we will be out here every day picking blueberries. These are all blueberries. And they go across. I've got 3 rows right there, 3 rows right here. And on the other side of the garden, oh wait, there's more there. Other side of the garden, I got more. This is a delicious, red delicious apple. And these haven't begun to turn yet. So each variety is different. Here's one. And some are massive. Oh, look at all these over here. I've got to get out here and pick these blueberries. So maybe after this video, I'm going to go get a bowl, because I'm not letting anything go to waste. Here's my honeysuckle going over the arch. Looking good this year. And of course, it smells so pretty. So good. These are almost spent flowers. That came back this year. I covered it up with some mulch and it came back. These were all the extra peppers. I did it last year. Really wanted to put flowers in here, but then I grew too many peppers from seed. So again, I don't have the heart to throw anything away, so I planted them. These are not on irrigation. So this is, you know, do whatever you can type of thing. This is the center bed, which I have to come out here and deadhead because a lot of this has bloomed already. Oh no, look at this cherry tree. This is not good. May lose that one. The other ones look great. And there's the garden shed. I've got plants there. It's all black-eyed Susans. Not black-eyed, different colored coneflowers. The watermelon looks awful. It started to flower before I can get it to the ground, although I tried to pick the blooms off because otherwise it just kind of quits growing. But I didn't catch it in time, obviously. That cherry tree is kind of but this one looks okay. So I don't know. That's something digging underneath the soil on my feet. Little trails everywhere. This is the potatoes. They look great. I think every hill germinated. There was one that didn't, but now I don't see the gap. So I don't know if it eventually popped. This is just some cannas I had extra. I shoved in the corner. Coneflowers. This is the end of the flower garden. Of course, you got foxglove that's on its way out. And different color yarrows. This was columbine, more yarrow. Tickseed, yarrow, foxglove. Aren't they pretty? Poisonous, but pretty. Some people have heart issues just touching it. These are all seed pods. So I can come in here and get those seeds to plant again next year. Look at how beautiful this is. This is one of my favorites. I have 4 here, 3 came back. Yeah, it's just repetitive all the way down. Here's some white foxglove. So pretty. So yeah, yarrow, and I got some phlox shoved in there. Columbine, tickseed, foxglove, delphinium. And it just kind of repeats itself all the way down. I should have took this video before we left because everything here was in full bloom. So every one of those stalks that I showed, you saw the seed pods, were all flowers. And it was just magnificent. It looks so pretty. It still looks pretty. I just love this red yarrow. Bought these seeds last year, and I really like it. Oh, Henry. I see you, Henry. Yeah, like I said, those are gourds and pumpkins. Same with that box. Yeah, I've got to go get a bowl and pick some of these blueberries. I'm sure the other side is just as loaded. I've got to get out here and trim all of this away from my tree. Pretty peppers. Cute bunnies. Hi, bunnies. Hi, babies. Hi, babies. Please don't eat my plants. Mama's coming, okay? So, yeah. I got the, across the building, I've got hostas sitting there. Which my plan was to dig them up this year and put them on the north side of the house. And man, the spring was so hard. It was so cold. And then it wasn't cold. And then it was cold again. So it was crazy. I need to take this herb pot up to the house so I can use fresh herbs. There's some chamomile I didn't get to plant. So yeah, I think everything looks good. All the has-caps are done. Raspberries will be, probably another month and a half. Can you see that beautiful milkweed? I leave the milkweed for the butterflies in my garden. Yeah, these are starting to turn here. And once you pick one, they all start turning, like fast. These are not turning, but this bush on the end, look at that. So there's different varieties in here. This one's so heavy it's fallen. Look at all the fruit down here. So, end result is I'll probably end up with probably 10 to 15 gallons of blueberries. Of course, I give them away, nieces, nephews, children, neighbors, whoever wants them. And that'll leave me with like maybe 8. And then I make blueberry jam, blueberry pie filling I did last year. That's what I did with them last year. And I still have some in my freezer. So we may be giving more away this year. The raspberries, like I said, I got about maybe a month and a half, 2 months. But this is typically, the has-caps are the first things that ripen every year. Right after that is strawberries. Right after that is blueberries. And then after that, we start to get a cross between the raspberries. So the fruit just is all spread out, which is nice. The apples, obviously not till the fall. The peaches are typically August. But I don't know that I'm going to get many peaches this year. We had such a late frost that a lot of my blossoms and the tree, honestly, took a deep beating. I did plant, let me see, some apricot trees. So let's go take a peek at the apricot trees. Come on, popcorn. I'm counting on you. Dave eats a lot of popcorn. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to grow it. So here's the apricot. And I had deer walking by and chewing on it. So, but it looks good. So we put some dial soap on it. And that usually stops it. Like this is pretty much a dead branch. I've got to come in and cut that off. But the apricot tree looks good for a first year. It's probably about 7.5, maybe 8 feet tall. These are some evergreens we planted. We didn't plant them this year. We had to move them That's the other apricot tree. Holy cow, have the deers gone to town on this one. Look at that. Oh, Dave must have already cut it, all the chewed up parts. I don't know if you could see that. So again, we've got the soap. This one isn't as full as the other one, but that's okay. Then I have all my little chicken babies. Hi, babies. And then we have this. My daughter and her family planted. It's an evergreen. They lost one of their loved baby dogs this year, so we dug a huge hole, put her ashes in there, and they planted that tree. Strawberries going crazy. This whole strawberry bed here is still producing, unlike the one in the garden. This goes to the chickens. Occasionally I take a bite, but I just treat them as chicken food, and they love it. This random sunflower that came out of nowhere. Then you got Henry. Right, Henry? Hi, Henry. He's a little stinker. Aren't you, Henry? Yeah. Get you some ice cold water and watermelon tomorrow. It's going to be hot. Here we put, this is where all my tulips come up in the spring. Daffodils, alliums along this building. But this year Dave put sunflowers that I planted from seed. I've got some coneflowers in there. There's petunias in there. So trying to grow this, but the rabbits think we planted it for them. Even though we cage them, they climb up and eat it right off. So Dave hasn't been happy with the rabbits, and I get it, but such is country life. So that's that. Let's go take you over by the pond. Okay, here we are at the pond. Pretty much everything came back. I had burgundy grass here, did not come back, which is to be expected. All the green grasses came back. The fish look good. I do need to feed them. All the pretty flowers came back. This is a delphinium. This, I never remember what it's called. I want to say Veronica, but I know it's not that. I also have it in the garden. And then I have, if you look right there, there's a pink one. That's a tick seed. Some pretty coneflowers. These are the double-headed coneflowers. Start off red and then they turn up to be like an orangey color. Blackberry lilies, I gotta start pulling out. The yarrow looks beautiful. All that came back from last year. The shrub directly behind the pond, more blackberry lilies, tall grass, coneflowers, more grasses, more phlox, another coneflower. I did plant a feverfew here this year. It's about the only thing I planted near the pond this year, with the cannas in the back, but the yarrow kind of suffocated them. I did have snapdragons in here because they looked so pretty last year, but we have about 50 baby rabbits running around here, and which is why we have cages. They ate half of that before we caged it. So they did eat my snapdragons I had tucked in there by the waterfall, which made me sad because they're a pain to grow from seed. Oh, I did put another yarrow in down there. This is the water bog double filter system. So it comes through here, down here, and then trickles in this stream and then falls out. The overflow comes out right there, and then we have a main pump in there that filters and comes out on the fountain. So this is one of the trees we planted for our dogs. We lost 2 dogs over the course of 2 years. Gosh, I don't remember what this one is. I'm going blank. We have one here in the yard that we could see all the time. And then the other one is out in the woods. There's like a little valley there that they used to love to run in. And we planted one on the top of the valley and surrounded it with flowers. So, and there's that sad bed. This is just my catch-all. Whatever I have left goes in there. That tree stump is still there from the climbing tree. And here we have to cage everything this year because of the bunnies. These are miniature lilacs. We planted that this year. Here's some of my pots. I guess this was a bad idea. I can't remember the name of these, but I shouldn't have put them in that pot. But yeah, there's some more of my spices. Oregano, rosemary, and thyme. And then I got my kumquat tree outside. Got some plants by the back door. I've got this beautiful pot. Some more pots there. That's a really sad pot. That was a catch-all. And then I've got this one. These are the double petunias. Although they're pretty, I'm not growing them again. They're a pain to grow. Regular petunias, yeah. That's a lavender I got from my neighbor when my mom died, and we divided it up, and now I have 4. Some hanging baskets on the old pump house. So yeah, that is the garden tour as of, I don't know, end of May. I think today's the 30th of May. What was that? I have to watch back this video. Something just ran through there. Is it a chipmunk? So yeah, this is where we sit out here in the evening sometimes, and we sit there and we listen to the water, which is nice. So grill out. We grilled out today. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. So let me know how your garden's doing. I'm curious how everybody else's garden's doing this year, because the weather's been really crazy this spring. So I would like to hear how yours is doing. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Please like and share and follow. I'd appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.